All right, Nick was just looking for the Koopa dot code. Had to get it from Mel before we start. But we are ready to begin. Here is your winners finals for Mario Golf Toadstool Tour at Slice 2025. B-Mills won the rock, paper, scissors, has chosen to pick first and take Waluigi. And Melthrax decided to go with Boo. Mel has found himself on the fringe, which can be a slightly tricky position because this green is definitely curves a lot, has a lot of curvature to it. B-Mill's stuck in the bad semi-rough, so he's got ±6 here. RNG could play a role. A big overhit, -2. That's in the bunker. That's going to be a much more difficult position. This might be just a slight right to lefter. Hits the frame, slices. Oh, the slice moves it to the right. Tricky putt, though, for Melthrax. Melthrax doesn't putt, that's right. So we're going to watch a chip here. Yes, Goombo, this is winners finals, Melthrax versus B-Mills. Yep, that was a tricky chip. So I did ask B-Mills to play better golf than Benny and I did, and so far they're matching us. Matching us shot for shot so far. Very good, very good. Blooper Bay treating us very poorly when it's difficult to hit your frames on these scrims computers, that is for sure. That's short in the bunker. So Melthrax wisely gonna lay up here. But even when you lay up on blooper 2, there can be trouble. Ooh, hole-in-one on hole 15 here for Big Nick. Currently -17 on hole 16 on the Congo Challenge. This is going to be a tough, tough birdie for B-Mills right now. Gonna need to get it as far out there as possible. Get a clean lie so he can send it on his third shot to the green. Got the clean lie. Still 271 yards out. Giving it his shot. That's going to be alive in the bunker. Something to watch out for here that B-Mills is already down to 3 power shots. Mel going the long way around, not letting anything get in his way, trying to get an easy birdie, but it's short, ends up in the rough. Going to have to chip that one. Oh my god. In the bunker, out of the bunker again. Mel knowing that he probably just needs to play this one safe because this is going to be an even tougher shot than the last one was. So far, though, blooper 1 and blooper 2 for both matches. No birdies. No birdies. It is confirmed that the monitor, it feels different. It almost feels like the meter is running slower. It almost feels like it's slower. So it's like I'm not used to that. It's definitely not my at-home laptop. We had to play a match at the hotel last night, Toasty versus Colby, and we local recorded it inside the lobby of the hotel, and we used my laptop. And Toasty said my laptop felt great, so, you know. We are appreciative of the venue for letting us use their equipment, and we're appreciative of all the setups and everything that we got. So we got to play with what we got. It's not necessarily choppy, though. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm losing, like, frames. It's just a feeling, really. But there's definitely a difference here versus at home, for sure. It's harder to hit a frame. Mel puts Boo in a good position there, just off of the green. It definitely felt different last year, too. And that's going to go in. A great chip. Not going to allow himself to go 2 down this early. Mel going to putt it. It's pretty flat. And it goes in. Mel just playing fast and consistent golf, which is what he does best. And we're already down to 2 power shots, unfortunately, and literally a frame away from the shore. Fast and consistent from Mel. Got himself in a big old hole here. Right next to the ocean. Get the suntan lotion out because Waluigi's taking a swim. Very interested to see if he's going to be able to save it. -70, super backspins. Whoa, it actually gets quite a bounce. Ended up being a pretty good choice. Checking out and seeing if there's any secret breaks. He saw the lines go right, but is the hill going left? It is not. It goes in. Great putt. What a birdie save from Bmills. Very good. On we go. "15-mile-an-hour tailwind here. This tee shot can be tough. There's not a lot of safe landing areas if you miss your frames. But Mel don't do that. Mel hits those frames like it's nothing. Bmills responding right back with some frames himself. Going to the safe area on the left side of the fairway, trying to avoid mistakes. I probably would have done the exact same thing there. It's going to be a bit short. Still very manageable. Blooper pay has been a mess today, but you got to fight through it. Looking really good. Ooh, excellent. Bmills wants to make this. I would have. Oh, I was off. Wow, what a chip there. Bmills just staying one down, not letting the bleeding get any worse. On to the par 3. We got a nice safe pin and pretty consistently calm wind here. Just a little headwind to the cross to the right. Mel playing a very consistent shot that's gonna fall down the hill just slightly, but it shouldn't be too bad. Mel says that this pin's annoying for him.
Wow.
Nick currently with 2 hole-in-ones through 3 holes on Congo. Potential big run happening on the Congo Challenge. Shot is up, it's overhit, but the backspin should keep it good. On the fringe. The runway should be pretty flat. I like the slice. Slice was definitely safe there. Oh! Nick almost with another hole-in-one on hole 6. Or hole 5. Wow. Oh, and we missed the putt. Unfortunately, Nick having to start back at hole 1. Boo with a very safe drive. Super backspins over the pop bunker. Stays in the fairway. That's an ideal position. Bmills just super backspins it right into the pot bunker, but seems to have a little bit of clearance. Potentially able to make something work here with a 7-iron or an 8-iron. There's potential to super topspin this to the green. RNG going to play a big factor here. Impact going to play a very big factor here. Definitely cannot hook this shot. -5. It's not going to make it to the fairway. Mel with a pretty clear path for birdie here. Front pin, the easiest of the 4. Just doesn't want to go short and left. Not going to spin, but that shouldn't matter too much. Wow, that's stuck like a dime. Magnet ball. Bomb. Fortunately, no bombs on Blooper Bay. All right, Mel gonna go 2 up. Bmills gonna have to lock into some deeper magic here to get this to come back. Perfect shot right in the middle of the fairway. We got one of the pins up on the upper tier. Usually like a low shot with no spin usually works pretty nice here. Bmills electing to go super backspin thinking, and he overhit it. No, it hits the upslope. You can sense a bit of frustration. Mel just casually running it up to the second tier. Playing a very consistent shot. This is what Mel's game is all about, consistency. All right, Mel gonna win another hole. 2 in a row. Now up to 3. It's our GOAT right there. Playing a very consistent, fast shot. Not wasting much time. And in a perfect position to get over the ledge and make an eagle. So Bmills has to find himself in a good position here as well. Hey, shout out to Goomba, who made the Yoshi Park flower textures. Having a hand in both of the sliced texture packs this year. From the comfort of his home in NL. So it looks like Mel hit the hill. And Bmills finds himself in a really nice spot. Should be a flat putt for eagle, so this could be a bit of a momentum shift here. Ooh, oh, all right, good try. At this point, it should just be a routine eagle putt for Bmills, but let's take a look. All right, that is a good eagle. Back down to 2. Lead is not insurmountable. And we have had a crazy golf, so anything can happen here at Slice 2025. What, Goomba? Did you think people thought the NL stood for nerd loser? Goomba nerd loser? It's definitely not that. We know what NL stands for. No limit. All right, Bmills hits it into the rough. I'm assuming he went that, yeah, he went to that right fairway because the angle for this pin is the best from over there. Mel gets a big bounce off the beach bunker, or off the rock into the beach bunker. Gonna have an approach shot, but may not use the approach meter depending on where the angle is. Wow, nice shot. Right in front of the pin. Mel using some spin to stop this ball. And it doesn't really stop that much. It gets lost in the hills. He's looking at it because this could be a deceiving putt. You know it's serious when Mel's taking his time on a shot. Oh, and he misses the putts! This is a weird green. I'm not going to say anything just yet. But all of a sudden, Mel was 3 up, and now he's only 1 up. Bmills with 2 holes in a row. Bmills might have found something that he needed to do to lock in. And Mel showing his human side, making a few mistakes. I'm liking the backspin. How far is the wind going to push it? Wind does its job. It does push it a little off the green, but I don't think that that's the worst angle. Something can be done from there. Mel shot up, hits the frames. It's right at it. It's going to fall down the hill a little bit, but it's a pretty good shot. That is going to break. That is going to break quite a bit. Chips up, +4 overhit. Is it going to go in? And it misses. It hits the hole. Rolls 14 feet by. That's a frustrating one there. Definitely wanted to hold on to your 1 up, or your 1 down at that point. Mel with a chance to win the hole, but it's a breaker. It goes in. Mel back to 2 up. Hole 12. Mel hitting a standard shot, taking it a little further than the safe route. About 140 out. Should have a pretty good angle at the pin. Bmills electing to hit the shorter shot because missing frames on this hole can mean going in the bunker and not being able to make it to the green. So a good decision from Bmills, not trying to get himself into too much trouble, especially with the big hole potentially coming up next. Bmills taking his time to aim this one. Finally decides on what he wants to do. Slices the ball. But it helps him stick it. Good shot. Mel in a good position. Both players should be birdieing here. Bmills' putt goes in. And so does Mel's. All right, we're on to the whale. Both of them looking for tailwind if they want to eagle. Otherwise, they're going to be going around. And that is not a tailwind, my friends. So we are going to be going the long way. On the longest par 5 in the game, blooper 13. It's a little overdone there. Going to be a difficult birdie chip. -3. The RNG coming to play a little bit, but it's on the green. It's not going to be completely flat. All right, the chance to go back up to 3 up with this putt going in. And it does. All it takes is a birdie. And Bmills Bmills down 3 with 5 to play. The potential rematch of Elijah versus Bmills looking very possible here. And it's going to be at the exact same course. Mel in a solid position. Bmills currently looking at a dunk because it is that time of the match where things need to change. Bmills wanting to tap into a little bit of the energy that I had at the end of our match, trying to make a comeback from 3 down. This is where Vamp's new simline code would be really nice. -2, overhit, slice, and backspin. It's a little overcooked. All right, looks like time is running out here. Oh? Doesn't matter because he still wins the hole. But a little miss there. And now Mel's dorming on hole 15. All he needs to do is tie, and he moves on to grand finals. All right, so Bmills looking for a hole out right now. Mel looking to have the most consistent birdie he can find. And there's the consistent birdie right there. That's going to be tapped in. So it all comes down to this. This shot is to stay alive, and it must go in the hole. There is no other option. All right, shot is up. Decides to super backspin it. That's not going to go in. Looks like Melthrax will be moving on to grand finals. barring a major mistake. All right, that'll do it. All right, Melthrax moving on to grand finals here at Slice 2025. Coming up is the rematch everybody's been waiting for. Bmills versus Elijah on the exact same course as yesterday. We will be right back with Losers Finals.